I'm gonna just do a quick roll call here, make sure, Nora, Shushti,
Here.
Jordan,
Here.
Ritik, Scott, Catherine, Krish,
Here.
Hannah, Will,
Here.
Jack,
Here.
Trey,
Here.
Josh,
Here.
Peyton,
Here.
Jenna, Keller, Will,
Here.
Gannon,
Here.
Sierra,
Here.
Aiden,
Here.
Meredith, Sonia,
Here.
Simon, Gabby,
Oh. Here.
Kellys,
Here.
Sydney.
Here.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to the class. I know you have met with Maddie twice already, so I have a few questions before we get started. Okay. First, how did it go with Maddie today? Okay, boring. Reading is tough, right? Reading is tough to teach. So, second, homework. Is there anybody who has not done the homework? Don't lie to me. Anybody online has not done the homework?
I haven't, but I don't have the books.
Yep, yep. Anybody else who has the books but didn't do it? All right, good. Well, needless to say, you have to do the homework. It's very, very important. Second, you have to ask questions in the class. Doesn't matter if it's me, Maddie, or Lauren. It doesn't matter. You guys have to ask questions. Third, if you're online, make sure you guys log in 5 minutes before the class. It really, first time, second time, we're getting used to you guys, but it really slows us down if you are joining the class late and we have to log you in and stuff like that. Same with you guys. Be on time so that we don't have to worry about letting you guys and stuff like that. So starting today, starting next Sunday, you have to be here no later than 3:55 p.m. online or face to face. And we are shutting our phones off and we're closing the door at 3:55. Until unless you're running late, something happened, let us know. Otherwise, because what I don't want to do is to be checking my phone or my watch is going off. That I don't want to be distracted when I'm teaching here. Sounds good? Same with others. I hope you all have the GroupMe access so that everything is there. If you don't have the GroupMe access, you need to talk to your parents so that they'll contact me and I can put you in. Sounds good? All of you need to have GroupMe access. Okay. Next, for students who are face-to-face students, after the class is done, you have to fold your chairs and bring it here. Sounds good? And after you do that, please make sure either use the swabs or the sanitizers before you guys leave. You have to have your mask on all the times, of course. Okay? We can get your tables back there, but we can't get your chairs. Sounds good? It's just, COVID and stuff like that. So, all right. Is there any student other than I know Sydney who don't have the books? Okay. Is there any student who does not have any calculator? If let's not worry about graphing calculator. You don't have today?
Not with me, no.
Okay.
But is it okay if I use or like share with a partner?
Sure. No, you can take mine. $100.
Thank you.
Nobody wants to touch anything. You guys need to have calculators. Graphing calculators better because you need to know it. You need to prep for it for the college. Okay. So these are the standing instructions, and we do not want to talk about this again and again and again. We have a fixed plan for the semester. I don't know how Maddie has made changes or not, but I have significantly made changes to this class. Same with that group, I've made changes already. And I can see an increased participation just by making some changes. So, needless to say, you guys need to participate whether it's online or face-to-face. The best thing is, when we did the fall semester completely online, which we were of course very unsure how it's gonna go, we had the maximum participation. And we had students from Kansas, Texas, California, Sioux Falls, Omaha, Sioux City, and stuff like that. At least like 6 different states. Right now we have students from New Jersey, Kansas, Indiana, Texas, California, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska. So this is very common for us. So again, I'm going to repeat this, that please be on time, online or face-to-face. Any delay, it's going to delay the curriculum we have planned, okay? If you're a junior, how many juniors we have face-to-face here? Just raise your hands. 1, 2 here. Is there any junior who's online? If you're juniors, you really need to start preparing pretty hard for the April and the June test. Sounds good? Time is ticking for you guys. All right, and remember one thing, this is a very informal instruction, so you need to stop me and ask questions, just not about the stuff I'm teaching, if you have any questions about ACT, college admissions and stuff like that. Remember, I had taught more than 6,000 students at New Horizon. Seen it all, there's nothing that surprises. I was just telling that group that before I came here today, one of my students got $128,000 scholarship. She had a 28 when she joined in fall class. She got a 34. She went up by 6 points, $128,000. And we figured it out. She has to pay $43 a month for next 4 years. and she is done. Just $43 a month. So $1 a day, almost. But she worked her ass off for this class. I have to give it to her. Didn't miss a homework, didn't miss a class. Just very good questions, was participating, was involved. It was just a pleasure to teach. So it was not a force. It's not like, I know you guys have activities, and I want to share these things so that we don't have to keep repeating this. Many of the students in that group have already taken this class, so I don't have to double dip there. But many of you are new here. Josh and Peyton, they have been here before, but I really don't want to waste time repeating this. What you put in is what you get out. Simple. This class is going to help you a lot, but you got to put in the effort. Sounds good? So starting next week, you know what you need to do. Bring stuff, be on time, be very professional. Sounds good? With that, we are going to get started. Get your math packet, page number 7 of the math packet. And remember, if we don't do a good job, we would like to hear from you guys on face. No ifs and buts about it. Page 7 of the math packet on the handwritten document. Handwritten. Page 7. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes time to read page 7. As you guys read, listen to me carefully. This is one of the most important pages for ACT Math. Sometimes up to 10 to 13 questions can show up from that page. Highest has been 13. Average has been at least 3. Just from that page in ACT Math out of 60 questions. So if you don't know that, you'll be in for a big surprise. And imagine when you're taking the test. So you're taking the test, you came across a question on straight line, let's say, making an example here. And let's say you do not know that. You know what you're going to say at the time? Oh shit, I didn't know this. I wish I'd studied this. Well, you did. You with me on this? You did. That's what is going to be the feeling that particular moment. The other way around is, let's say you know this. Oh my God, I know this. Boom. The confidence is a different level at the time. So what you do now is going to be pronounced multiple times in the day when you take that question. Sounds good? So students who do well have a reason why they have done well. Because they have done the right thing at the right time. Sounds good? So for example, when you're doing straight line equations, let's say you do not know the slope-intercept form, for example. It doesn't matter what you do during those 60 minutes, you will not get it because you just don't know that. You're gonna look at deep think about it. There's nothing up there, ceiling. I've seen students in the testing center, closing their eyes and being all dramatic about it. Don't. Either you know it now, or don't expect to know it that particular moment. Sounds good? So, you have a marker, we have given a pencil packet to you guys. There is a reason. The eraser we have given is actually the most recommended for doing the ACT to erase things so that it doesn't, mark it or something like that. Second, you have a marker I've given. That marker should be used to highlight things you do not know or something you're not sure about. So that gets your attention. Everything we do has a plan. Sounds good? Go, 5 minutes to read through page 7.
Is the math packet also coming in the mail with the books?
Yes, Sydney?
Okay, thank you.
Yep. get started. First question. Okay, let's get started. So this is an XY plane. This is a straight line. With points A and B. First question, find the slope. And you can expect this question in the first 10 or first 20 of the math. Very easy. Remember, HT math is broken into 20, 20, 20. First 20 are easy, medium, and hard. If you take too much time in the first 20, you will be left with less time for the difficult 20. So, find the slope. You should have a notebook. Put everything there. Write everything in that notes. In ACT Math, there are 5 multiple choices. English, reading, science has 4. One of the things you always remember, doesn't matter what the question is, can I do an elimination, process of elimination? Just look at this line. I can use a left hand to explain this. Left hand represents positive slope. Right hand represents negative slope. So this is going to be a positive slope, so anything with negative can be eliminated right away. Boom. Right? Next. Slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Well, you can pick any point you want, so let's pick this one. Y2 is 1 minus, this is y1, negative 4. Be careful with the negatives. X2 is 11 minus x1 is negative 8. So it's 5 divided by 19. Yeah, this should not take more than 15 seconds. If you take 1 minute for this, you're screwed because you are left with no time in the past. Sounds good? And you got to ask questions. That's the thing. I was so surprised in that group. They asked really good questions. And I do not care about wrong answers. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what are you thinking and how are you going to learn. Sounds good? This is not school. This is not kids here, okay? This is college level. I'm a college president, so I'm going to treat you guys as college students. It's wrong, no big deal. Learn from it. Sounds good? So don't hesitate to ask questions. And I know these are easy questions, so when it comes to difficult questions, I'm going to be asking you to actually tell me your name when you're done, okay? We'll get to that point later on. Any questions? Next, find the distance. Find the distance AB. distance is a problem where you cannot do process of elimination. So this is what we call direct solving. So you can't eliminate anything, you do not know what the distance is until you calculate it. So you have to do a direct solving. I don't have my calculator, let's see, is this correct? I think 19 squared is 361.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah. In the real ACT test, I hope you're not gonna write this formula. This is all school level, right, to get some school point or step points. You really need to jump to this step. Be careful of the negatives. See the historical problem here with forgetting the negatives. One step, two step, okay? Now, there may be different ways they can give the answer. One of them is square root 386 as is, okay? Or they may do the square root of 386, which is around 19 point something, right? That's the second answer. The third here is they may do what's called radical simplification if possible. So let's try this. Somebody divide this number by 4 and see if it does divisible by 4. I don't think so. Let's check. No. So next, what's the perfect square? 9. No, it doesn't go with 9. Try with 16. No. So that's it. So you cannot further simplify. Either the answer is square root 386 or 19 point something. Sounds good? Any questions? Remember, this is basically your 7th grade math on top of GG. But very important 7th grade math. Next, find the midpoint coordinates. Find the midpoint coordinates, somewhere here. Good. Yes? Midpoint is nothing but the average. And online students, please make sure to unmute and ask questions if there is any. I know this is easy, but beginning's easy. It's gonna ramp up pretty quick, so don't worry about that. So all 3 can be a different question in the ACT. And all these will be in the first 20. This should take you around 15, 20 seconds. Distance should take you around 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Distance usually takes time. This should take 15 seconds. Anything more than that, you're not really putting your best foot forward. Sounds good? It's all about time management for every question. All right, so we did slope, distance, midpoint. Next, now the fun begins, okay? Now the real ACT math starts. Find the y-intercept. This is usually around question number 35. You're going to see this question around 35. First question, how many have an answer? If it's online, unmute and tell me your name. If you're here, just tell me your name.
Scott.
Scott? Anybody online has an answer? Not sure? Okay. Well, this is y-intercept right here, right? As well, okay. So it has to be negative, right? So we know that. Was your answer negative?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the process of elimination right there. Now, there's just so many things you can learn from this question here. Again, let's go back to testing. So let's say you're taking an April test, June test, or July test. You're sitting there and you get this question. And you see 5 answer choices. Of course, you can guess. That's always there. 80% chance you'll get it wrong. Murphy's law, right? Or so only 20% you get it right. This is when you feel that, oh my God, I wish I prepped. You with me on this? That's the minute. That's the second that skips through your mind. I know Manoj had taught me in page 7, but I can't remember this. Trust me, 6,000 students have told me various things they have gone through during their test times. And this we hear common. Manoj, I wish I'd just listened to you. Just prep more. This is a very important question. So we have around 20, 25 students in this class, online, face-to-face combined. Only one so far. And I'm not really happy so far. You with me? If I'm not happy, you'll definitely know that from me. Okay? So put your pencils down. Everybody put your pencils down. And I want you to just listen, soak it up, understand, and then write it down. Sounds good? So when I say pens down, that means I'm actually pissed with right now. That means I'm not happy. Because this is a 7th grade question. But it's a 35, question number 35. And guess what you usually get? At least 2 per test. 2 per test on this. So, listen. This is a straight line. It's touching the y-axis. So the slope-intercept formula is y is equal to mx plus b. I'm damn sure you've seen this, heard this before. What does b stands for? B stands for y-intercept. So that's what we're looking for, right? In this problem, we already have found the slope, which is m, 5 divided by 19. So we know y, so you know m. And for x and y, you can pick this point or this point. So let's pick this point. Y is 1, slope is 5 or 19, x is 11 plus b. Boom, done. You just solved now. So don't write this. So 1 is equal to 55 divided by 19 plus b. So minus 55 divided by 19, both sides. So b is equal to 1 minus 55 divided by 19. If you have a graphing calculator, get your calculators. If you have a graphing calculator, don't write anything, just listen. Do this for me. 1 minus 55 divided by 19 and hit enter. And you get a decimal answer. Am I right? Now, don't change anything. Just click on math, then number 1, then enter. Then you get a fraction form. So this is how we convert a decimal to a fraction. Tell me the answer.
Negative 36 over 19.
Well, it has to be negative because it's touching negative axis here. Did you get negative 36 or 19? Good. Did you get negative 36 or 19? Okay. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. This takes 45 seconds to a minute because you still have to find this and then get to this. Questions? Question? That's good. Any questions from online students? No, right now.
I had a question.
Yes, please.
Can you use another way to solve this? Because I used the equation y2 minus y1 equals m parentheses x2 minus x1.
Absolutely. You can use the slope-intercept form or the point-slope form. So what you're using is the point-slopes form. Totally fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can use the slope-intercept or the point-slope. That's y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. You can definitely use that too. Again, I'm open to any method you guys have. You don't have to follow this. But what I'm teaching you usually is the most recommended method. And of course, that's as totally fine as well. Guys, good? All right, next question. So remember, from the same set of 2 points, we're building on question. So this is question 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one, find the equation of the line. What's the equation of this line? And this will be around question number 40 as well, 35 to 40. This is your equation of line. Make sense? But but you have to find the slope, then find the y-intercept, then get to this point. So if in the ACT, if they ask you what is this equation of line, before you start solving, look at the format of the answer, okay? So that you know when you see y is equal to mx plus b, so what they have already used. Sounds good? So they kind of give an indication before you get start solving. Now, I would like you to listen to this. Of course, this is correct, or they can also multiply this entire thing by 19. 19y is equal to 5x minus 36. So this is the second form. Sounds good? This or this. This is not slope intercept form, by the way. Okay, this is the modified version. Then I'm going to bring the x on the other side. So minus 5x plus 19y is equal to negative 36. This is the third form. Sounds good? This or this or this. Or they're going to multiply this everything by negative 1. 5x minus 19y is equal to positive 36. Fourth form called the standard form, which you have to know. In a standard form, it resembles ax plus by is equal to c, where a has to be greater than 0. That's why I multiplied with negative 1. Sounds good? X has to be an integer, a positive integer. So this is a, this is my a, 5, this is my b, negative 19, this is my c, 36. Standard form. Slope intercept or standard form are the most common forms of straight line in ACT testing, and same with SAT. Remember, they can't have all of them in the same test, in the same answer choice. It's going to be this or this or this or this. So when I'm reading the question, and it says which of them is a following is a equation of line, in its standard form, I would underline that as I read, so I know that I need to get to standard form. Sounds good? Underlining one key word or phrase per question can get your attention and you do not miss out on something. Make sense? Question?
Oh, no, I'm just
Stretching? Yes, good. So this is the fifth question. Next question, continuation of this. What is the x-intercept of this line? Go. What is the x-intercept? Is the x-intercept a positive or negative? Positive, so you can do process of elimination. So this is my x-intercept right here. And how do you find the x-intercept? When y is equal to? Y is equal to? 0. So I'm going to just put this equal to 0. So 5x minus 0 is equal to 36. X is equal to 36 divided by 5. Boom, done. 7.2 or 36 or 5. Well, it looks like it has to be less than 11 because it's 11 is here, and it has to be positive. So you can do a process of elimination on this one. Cool? I I do not ever wanna rush, so I will take my time. So do you have any questions? I don't mind repeating things, but you got to ask.
I'm sorry, I missed, can you re-explain what happened to the 19Y?
So for an x-intercept, that means when it touches the axis, this point, y is equal to 0. So when y is 0, 5x minus 0 is equal to 36. X is equal to 36 divided by 5. So I'm basically equating it to 0, this part. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. The next two questions are easy. So if you have a line that's parallel to this line, what's the slope? Same thing. So the slope will be 5 divided by 19. If you have a perpendicular line, to the original line, what's the slope of this line?
Negative.
Opposite is a
Negative opposite, right? So it's 5 over 19, so it becomes negative 19 over. This will be in the first 20 as well. But the x-intercept usually is in the 50s because you have to find the slope, find the y-intercept, find the equation, and then get to this. It usually takes 1.5 minutes average to find this actually in the real test. So x-intercepts are usually in the 50s. Even though it may be easy, it just takes time to get there. Imagine, I just picked these 2 points today. You could pick these two again at some other 2 points and do the whole thing again 10 times. You will never forget this. The problem is you do not put the effort, it won't stay with you. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. You guys play sports. Talk to yourself how many times you practice the same thing. You know, if you're playing baseball, you just throw it once and you're done, right? You do it again and again and again till you get perfect. Just perfect. Same here. No magic. Gotta put in the effort. Any questions on straight line? You just have scored 5 questions in ACT Math just from this topic today. That's the reality of it. Out of 60, this is the one topic. Second is triangles, third is circles, which has the highest number of questions per section is this one. So it's a huge topic for you guys, and you gotta nail it down. You gotta get every question right. Make sense? Next, do you know the homework for next week?
Not off the top of my head,
But it's in the sheet, right?
Yes.
You guys should have the homework sheet. So you should print it out and have it, check mark what you've done. And Sydney, once you get the books, start from first homework, don't jump in the middle. Next, you got to bring your calculator. You got to have your stuff ready. You got to be on time. And online students, you got to log in few minutes before, so there's no. So starting next week, once the class starts, we won't be allowing anybody face to face or online because we just don't want to be distracted. Fair enough? Yeah, I'm a little early today. Actually, I want to remind this. Super Bowl is on February 7th. And that day, the class is from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time. Sounds good? So that everybody can drive home and watch the game. Sounds good? So remind yourself, and we'll put more reminders. Again, from today onwards, you really need to put in the effort for this class, so you'll get a good ACT score. Sounds good? With that, welcome to the class. Welcome to the Spring 2021 session, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. And face-to-face students, please fold the chairs, and there is a vacuum cleaner. That's where you're gonna stack up.